Yes.
Trustee Opping. Here. Trustee Osling.
Here.
Clerk Squires is absent.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So this is the point at the very beginning of our work session, where any of the items would be the ones we are going to have an approval of that will have comments if you would like on any one of them. We also have a second public comment where you can hear everything that we're doing and then have a comment anyways at the end. So first off, I have a number 12 folks that came in 2 days ago, literally. It is Westwood Court. It is a request for a dead end sign replacement. Board, I put it all in your boxes there, and we'll discuss it at that time when it comes. Number 13, Health of Higgins Lake 2026 Watershed Grant. That is going to be a request. Jim Osling will brief us on it, and a request to authorize me to sign an application. Apparently, this is a no match grant. And then number 14, Treasurer Anderson has gleaned information on PayPal. And I'll just leave it at that, and he can explain it at the given time. Other than that, I don't have any other additions or correct any board member. Okay, very good. Hearing none, then I would
so moved.
I'll support that. Oh, sorry.
Support by Trustee Hoppy. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Okay, comments 1 through 14 as they are listed. Anybody want to make a pre-comment, if you will, pre the discussion or the on any of that? We have one. Well, now we don't have a comment. We have one on Zoom just for now. Okay, thank you. All right. All right, then we're going to head on to building. Or do you have the building and zone? Jason reports nothing really to comment on. It looks like business as usual, and there's no anomaly there to report. You can see you got your copies. Anybody? Any questions on that, board members? No. Audience? Anybody? Okay, thank you. Police Department Chief Pashinsky, step up. Thank you. Floor is yours, sir. Make sure your green light's on. There you go.
Yep. All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
I just have one action item on number 5 there on my work session report. Our cadet Dylan Sherrill will be graduating tomorrow, December 5th from the academy. With that being said, would like to spot for him on the December 9th regular board meeting for the formal swearing in of him, and I will provide Clerk Squires with that language.
Swear in of a new officer. And hopefully he's passed his MCOLs or
Well, he's taking his test today, MCOLs. I wish him good luck last night.
Well, if something changes between now and Tuesday,
yeah, I'll let you know, but I'm confident that he'll pass.
Very good.
His grades seem pretty good throughout the entire
to
academy.
accommodate his family, we will list that as number 1 on the agenda as a ceremonial swearing in Officer Dylan Sherrill.
Yeah, I think they normally kind of surprise him at the graduation if everyone passes or fails.
Nice.
So
nice.
We should know tomorrow if
Okay.
he passes that MCOLs test, but I'm
Very
pretty
good.
confident that he will, and he's very excited. So
For the audience, they give a very, very thorough, the police and fire due to the board work session report, and then again, a regular monthly report on Tuesday, which we have copies out there as well. Is there anything else that you need to tell the board about?
Yeah, the only other thing I like to praise the board on is just a quick update on, I have it in my report here, but quick update on Sergeant Ellis.
Yeah.
We all know that he broke his wrist at home on an unfortunate accident.
He's okay with you telling us
Yeah.
in public this? Okay.
Yep.
Good.
Yep. But he had the surgery. He had a follow-up appointment he looked like he's going to be off till probably around the first of the year.
Okay.
But he has an appointment on Monday, the 8th, for a follow-up just to see, make sure everything's going good. And then he might be able to come back just on like a restricted duty. So looking at maybe doing that for a few weeks, and then he should be back full duty after the first of the year. So
Okay, very good.
he's doing well.
It's nice to hear.
Yep. So that's all I have unless anybody has any
Okay.
questions on the report.
Board, anybody? Question? Thank you.
right.
Again, obviously, great job.
Yeah, a lot going on.
Lot going on. Lot going on. Anybody have an individual question or anything for PDF at all? Okay. Very good. Chief Gilliam, Fire and EMS, I believe you have an issue you'd like to have us address. Along with a nice copious report here. Thank you.
Consider it an issue.
Ah,
'Cause I don't know that I would consider it an issue.
oh, okay.
So our cardiac monitors are due to be replaced in the next fiscal year, 26, 27. So we've been trying to research updated monitors to replace the ones we have now. And the only monitor that's even close to coming to standards is the LifePak 35s, which is made by Stryker. They came to our station a couple weeks ago and met with our full-time staff, and we did get to look at the monitor and see all the technology. Unfortunately, these things are not getting any cheaper. When we purchased our monitors 10, 12 years ago, they were about 35,000. So we were estimating they were going to be about 45,000. When he came in to do our demo, they were looking at upwards of 55 to 60,000 a piece. So I told him that that's not possible. He needs to work us down a little bit. So I got a quote from him. It's just a little over 101.6 versus 120. The only way we can get these monitors is if we sign an agreement before the end of December, so we can keep that price into April, our next budget cycle, so we can pay for the monitors. So what I'm asking is if we can get a motion to approve me to sign an agreement with Stryker for the purchase of the 2 cardiac monitors, starting as in April 1st and not this year.
What's a commitment to purchase in April?
It's for the cardiac monitors.
Yeah.
We just, if I sign it before the end of December, it stays with that 101.6 quote that I had. If I don't sign this come April 1st, if I go look at them, they're gonna go up to about 65,000 a piece.
If you sign it before the end of the month, you are obligated to buy them.
Yes, obligated to buy them, and we'll have that same price.
This, just to confirm this too, for everybody, this is, and tell me if I'm wrong, this is part of your capital plan.
Yes.
Was put in place already. This is not a knee jerk,
Yeah.
decision. This is something that was planned and for replacement as part of the ongoing capital,
Yes.
with the
And
fire.
we actually looked into the Zoll monitors as well, which is the ones we have now, and they're not updating any technology anytime soon. They don't plan on it. So there's really no point in spending that much money on a monitor that's not going to be up to the current standards that we need now. So that's why we decided to switch and go to the LifePak 35. So that's all I really need.
All you need, huh? You need the authorization to sign an agreement with Stryker for the purchase of 2 new LifePak 35 cardiac monitors in April, or
To be delivered in April, yes, and start payment in April.
to be delivered and paid for in April at the amount of, please, you said it rather quickly.
101,616.91.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, is that a really good memory there, Mr. Anderson, or what was
No,
that?
I'm actually looking at it.
You're looking at, okay, you're just actually looking at the figure. All right, very good. Is there any board member opposed to authorizing the chief to do that, or so that I can put it on the agenda for 12, what is it, 9 or 8? Which one is it? It's the 9th. Is that Tuesday, right? We're still on schedule. Okay, very good. I'm not hearing anything, any major opposition to the thought process here, and I appreciate you keeping track of your capital expenses and staying on schedule for those things. And
Trying.
looks like you chased it early so that it saves us some money, that's for sure.
Yes.
So,
It's like I said, his prices aren't going, they're going up. It's gonna be about 60 to 65,000 a piece after January 1st. So I don't want that.
do you, I have one question, I guess, it kind of just rung my bell. You were using Zoll. And I know that with all the PD, defibrillators in the cars, do they have that adapter?
Yes,
We,
we
they
have
do.
an adapter.
So it's just a matter of plug and play
Yep.
and go. Okay, very good for the pads and everything else. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Audience, any question on that? Thought process? Okay. We are on to number 4, Jim, Health of Higgins Lake, the community activity report that you've handed in here. Is there anything highlights you want to get to?
Not really, other than, it's, everybody is busy. The actual meeting schedule is a bit varied. Works out, they got into a routine of knowing whether or not they have to have face-to-face meetings, and it looks like a lot of the work's being done in subcommittees and whatever, the folks that are out there, but there's this grant coming up. It's this is another line item. Let me just wait till then to.
Yeah, you can wait to
Okay.
explain the grant itself. But, yeah.
The septic committee is met yesterday and reviewed the first draft or maybe the third draft of an ordinance, and came up with a series list of changes. So we'll make those changes, and likely, I don't think we'll have anything ready for the December meeting to take a look at, but probably gonna be January then, it looks like. So
To be clear, it's coming, you'll have it coming from the septic committee, then to the steering.
that's right.
And then to the board, our board, and then it will go over to.
That's right.
to
The septic committee
Planning.
won't be done with it till likely January. So then it'll make the steering committee in January and then find its way up
Okay,
the chain. So,
all right, very good.
other than that, it's, most of the details from the committee chairs are in the report for
Yeah.
everybody to have a look at.
Very nice report. Very nice. It's nice to get these. It's trying to keep track of the flurry of activity with the committees. It's nice to be able to read it. Board, any questions of Jim at all? Is our liaison there over?
Good job. A lot of work in that.
Yeah, a lot of work. Okay, very good. Anybody else out there? Comments? Hey, Alta Higgins Lake. All right. So now we're on to number 5, which is the short-term rental discussion and the process. As you'll know, that's been on there now for couple months. We did just get hot off the presses. It sits over there for the first of what I call the public copies. I'll be putting the draft A4, which has now cleared our attorney for the legalese and that type of thing. And as I've said in previous meetings, that, we were looking for a document that settles down, if you will, because we have made some changes, obviously, to get to A4. This one is now kind of settled down, and it's time now to, although we're not required, it's time now to I want to do a public hearing. So I would like to schedule a public hearing. I'd like to give the board and the public a good 30 days to take a peek at it. I'll pop it out on the website, put it out onto the Facebook page. We'll do all of that, along with hard copies are available and always are available here at the hall. And at that point, then we'll schedule, we're going to schedule it today, and we'll also publicize that so that we can have public comment. And then after that, the board will be scheduling probably a special meeting, specifically like a work session quasi here, not the regular one, for the board to openly discuss their thoughts and processes. I know some board members have their own individual thoughts and opinions, and I'm sure they will even after draft 4 here. So that's our process and plan moving forward. The A4 is, again, a police powered ordinance, not a zoning ordinance. So is everybody clear on what the process is going to look like? Board? Okay, all
I
right.
should know, but required to go the notice in the newspaper for the public hearing?
We're going to do it anyway.
There's no requirement for a public hearing, so
So, yeah, okay.
the process of how we do it isn't really dictated by any statute either, but
Correct. But I think it's wise. I think we'll get Michelle to put If you'll make a note there to put that in the paper, the public hearing date because it's an important issue to our community about, what we want to look like, ultimately. So can you guys get your calendars out and let's, try and take a peek at what, it's now December 4th. Obviously that January 4th puts us, on a Sunday. So I can't do that. So somewhere in that, you want to do the first week or the second week of January? What's your pleasure?
Well, when is our Tuesday meeting?
Our normal, Thursday meeting, because January 1st falls, that's our regular work session, falls on the 8th now.
So
Tuesday
13th.
meeting will fall on the 13th. That's our regular board meeting. So we could schedule a special as well, the third week for the board to discuss in the public what its opinions and thoughts are about A4. But I want to look for a public hearing date right now. We can even schedule that special if you want as well. So I'm open to hear thoughts.
Well, I just throw out January 6th to start. That's Tuesday. That's typical meeting night.
You don't like it or you do? January 6th? Does that give us time for paper though? I mean, what do you normally do? Yeah, it's a 30-day notice, but how does that, I mean, are you noticed and then the 30 days goes? Sam, let's step up to the microphone there real quick, only because Zoom people can't hear you and then I get complaints. So it really is about me at the end of the day.
I had to listen, but when I heard the comment about public hearing.
Yeah.
Sam Bedoyan, Junior, Lyon Township.
Is the green button on?
Yes, it's on.
Yes, okay.
The status I've read is that you're required to put a 15-day notice in the paper. We were already planning on doing that.
Oh, yeah.
I did, but I thought I heard different.
No,
So, okay, that's
No.
the only one I want to.
no, I just questioning her, because she's the deputy clerk and what they normally put in the paper for proper 30-day notice.
Okay,
And we will follow all of that.
okay, my mistake.
Yep, thank you. All right, I'm hearing January 6th, folks. You hearing that?
I'm good with it.
What, 6 o'clock at night? Well, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. If you make it during the day, people are gonna claim that you did it during the day to ram something through. I'm not going there. You do it during the evening, people are gonna, if you keep it at 7 o'clock, it's too late or something, 7:30. So I'm just suggesting 6 o'clock.
I prefer 7s, but I'm way okay with 6. If that's what, that's fine with me. So
I don't. Board, it's up to us and I'll any way you want to go. I just
6 o'clock.
Notice is the next paper, not out until the 11th.
What's that?
Next newspaper gotta come out the 11th. You want a 30-day notice?
Yep, that's what I was asking here. You're required for 15, as he had said. So you'll make it. That's why I wanted to get one scheduled today. You'll make it by what I call the law in the Hoyle. We're not trying to pull anything shifty here.
Asking for a 30-day notice. You wouldn't be able to have your next meeting.
Is it
the 11th?
Is it 30-day or 15-day?
I'm not married to any day. I don't know.
I don't think we're required.
Well, 15 is, I think, the paper, as Sam said.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what's required. Even though we're voluntarily doing it, yes. Because the paper came out yesterday, so you got to get on it right away here to get it in next. Yes. Still on the 6th, guys? You want to go back a week? It don't matter to me. I still think we can make whatever we need to do by going back into the week of the 12th, and then we'll schedule something for us for a special in the week of the 19th.
12th is fine with me.
I'm still good with that. But I want people to have some time with it.
Few days.
What days could you do the week of the 12th, or what night, evening? Week of the 12th of January. 14th? It's a Wednesday night.
There's surgery done on the 13th,
12th, I can't. There's a Traverse City, an appointment for my mother in the afternoon. What do you got? What other of the 12? What other that week of the 12th? Not good. What about a week of the 19th? You're getting back. Well, the 6th is, look, and I understand the kind of the sentiment there. 30 days is 30 days. And so we get it in next week, the next paper, if you will, there. You're really only going to get you're going to get 3 weeks. You'll meet the law. There's no question. If the law was applicable here, but you'd meet the law, but it isn't truly the 30-day notice in a paper. And I don't want any issues. I'd
Well,
rather back it back to the week of the 12th and do something.
Yeah, well, I think you need to consider this is that's a hearing to hear. Now, if you want to speak and you can't make it, you can put something in writing. Plus, you're going to have your say is sitting on the board. But that it's not, the intent there is not for us to tell them, it's
No,
for them to tell
it's
us
that.
that things.
What it is. It's not a Q&A, it's a comment. What? Oh, yeah. You can check in if you want on, on the Zoom, wherever you're at. You can, all right. So what about the 14th then? And then you can listen in. What about the 14th?
I don't have a conflict.
You have none? No. Do you have a conflict?
I don't.
Okay. So how about we do January 14th? That takes any of the convoluted look away from anything. And so we'll get it in the paper still this next week for the 14th at 6 p.m. here at the Township Hall. That way, if it gets long, or at least we aren't here till
Hey,
whenever.
Joe, is that good with you? Can you make that?
Or did Zoom? Can you Zoom? Because you can. Well, you can't make the 12th, it sounds like. I know I can't. I can't make the 12th, no. Board, do you want to back it back the 19th? Anytime, or I mean, to the week of the 19th, that's Martin Luther King Day, the 19th, the 20th, 21st, or 22nd. All those are free on my schedule right now for a 6 o'clock start time for something.
There's a steering committee meeting on the 20th,
The 20th, at what
That's-
time?
7 o'clock.
Okay, 21st, it's a 14th. It's a Wednesday,
Yep.
21st. Jim?
I'm good. Oh, sorry. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't like pushing it out.
Yeah.
Past this thing, we've got to have it up and running.
Well, yeah, if it gets passed, we're hoping to have it April 1st.
Yeah,
I'm,
It doesn't. Yep, no, we get it. I understand it. I've heard that concern from you. Yep, I have.
I'm still back to the 6th.
Go back to the 6th,
That's where I'm at.
me too.
Me too.
back to the 6th. All right,
Statutorily, we'll make the 30 days okay. It'll be in the
Okay.
paper for 2 weeks.
the 11th, does that make it? Yeah, 11th to the 30 oh yeah, that makes it. Well, you can't fumble the football here. You got to make sure that gets in. Oh,
So what is it?
clerk's office. All right.
So January 6th is it?
All right, we'll go back to January 6th at 6 PM. That will be the public hearing for comments on the short-term rental. All right, we'll get that scheduled. And then let's schedule the following week, a special board meeting. I don't want to do it at the regular meeting. Those are action meetings. Just as soon have this deserves a time of its own with board members and
Are you here during the day on the 12th?
me
Yeah,
in the morning. Yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah.
I like that date personally, or the 16th.
Word.
So what day are we talking now?
Well, I haven't suggested, she suggested the 12th,
12th
which
or
is
the
a
16th.
Monday.
Oh, gosh, and that's always bad around here, Monday morning.
Mondays are tough in this building.
That is, I don't,
get
I
it.
never come in Monday morning.
I think people wait over the weekend on Mondays.
I'm here, so it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I'm here too. I'm here too. I'd rather do it of the 14th myself, Wednesday. That is a better schedule time for me. I try and keep,
14th does not work for me.
it does not. And that's again, you're gone, right? 15th, are you
I
back
gotta
to
put that on a
15th?
calendar. Yeah, the 13th, 14th and 15th, I'm going.
You're gone.
Should I put it on there?
Let's make it the 12th.
12th at 9 in the morning?
Is that okay? Well, it'll have to be, right?
Well, the problem I'm going to have with that
I know.
is because we have a regular meeting and there's just going to be this expectation that we're going to slam into something on the 12th day of the month. When we truly want to hear, and I want to hear what all the board members have to say. So I have a problem with scheduling that to 12th and turning around and having a regular meeting where we have normal actions, which will cause a reaction with the public, like once again.
How about the
Perception.
16th? Because then if people that come up on the weekend and they do a short-term rental, wait, this is just for us board, right?
Well,
Meeting.
listen, it's a special meeting to discuss nothing but short-term rental. The
Right.
public will have had its opportunity in comments.
Right.
I want the full board to discuss their personal feelings about what's in the current draft A4. And the board needs to hammer out does it stay? Does it not stay? Where are we at? And, you know,
Is the expectation then that we will vote that day too?
we could do that, or we could have that for our regular, or our Tuesday, or our or February to vote, actually. Some of those things in there that are in there procedurally, I know what you're thinking about procedurally for applications and whatever, if it were to pass, that stuff is there to do. I realize nobody likes to do work that suddenly you don't use, but we'd be able to internally, operationally, as far as operational documents, they still could be worked on. I don't see substantive changes on what in a draft 4 someone would have to provide to get a permit should it be authorized.
So that's a no.
That's not a no. Listen, I've been around a real long time and I'm very acutely aware of all the accusations that happen
Yeah, I get it.
with public,
That's
and I
fine.
want to avoid any of that.
So you want to do the 16th, the Friday?
I can.
It's fine with me.
Works for me.
Okay.
January 16th, 9:00 at the hall. Mike, you want to tally up both of those because they'll require Zooms that are off schedule.
That's 9 a.m., right?
And then, yep, in between, sure. All right, so I've got those 2 dates. That's where we're at. My job after the meeting here will be is I'll start getting things posted out onto the internet and into the Facebook of the document draft 4. Jim.
I'm okay with 9 o'clock in the morning, but if it's Friday and somebody wants to come up for the weekend, and if it was at 1 o'clock, they could be here in the afternoon for it instead of being here at 9 o'clock in the morning.
That's true.
2 o'clock or something.
1 o'clock's fine by me.
Let's make it 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, Jim? Work for you? All right, I guess I'm hearing January 16th at 1 o'clock. Do you have that one now? So we have January 6th, public hearing. Notice in the paper for next week. And then January 16th for the board special for an open discussion amongst the board about a draft 4, and of course what it heard from public comment, if it felt that something in the public comment was applicable there that we needed to work on to do. We are required to meet 15 days of what we're required. I think if you get it out there now, next week, that's fine. We just meet statute, that's all. Okay, January 6th, going once at 6 p.m., public hearing. January 16th, 1 o'clock for our special board meeting for STR. Going once, going twice, sold. All right. Okay, we're on to number 6. I have provided you all with a proposed resolution to remove the Gerrish Township GLUA board members for action on Tuesday night. Is there any board member that wishes not to review or take that action? We only have authority for about 3 out of the equation. You guys comfortable with that for evolution for, okay?
You want to ask Phil if he's got any more updates?
I am going to. All right, I've got that one and resolution that I'd like to bring on the 19th or the 9th as well for the rescission or rescinding the articles of incorporation for GLUA, which are necessary for the end steps for the attorneys to take to legally close out that authority in its entirety. Now, obviously, I did speak, Jim Anderson and I spoke with our attorney a week ago, I think now or so. And when he sent the review of the resolutions here, he is sending those to Attorney Bila for Lyon Township in hopes that he'll do work with them to get them to do this, because you can't close it out, obviously, with the state of the feds without those pieces for that constituent township, Lyon Township, for the attorneys to move forward on that. So that's the only pending. You guys good with that?
Mhm.
Phil, would you like to step up and give us a final, I should say, the update? I know you gave me one, but out here in public on the outstanding checks and bank balance. You should, because
Please.
first off, you don't talk near loud enough. And second off, you got to come up here.
Yeah, so nothing has changed since I last reported to you. So we have 3 outstanding checks,
Okay.
one for $23, one for $7, and the other one I believe is for $465, just as I reported to you. I expect the $465 check to cash this week. What the story behind that one is, the person it was originally made out to has deceased. And I finally got a hold of, I left telephone message, but I guess they finally heard the telephone messages, and they asked if I would reissue the check to his trust fund.
Yep.
So I sent that out Saturday or something. So it probably didn't get to the mail till Monday.
Okay.
And it's he's probably going to get it and he's probably going to cash it right away. I talked to him and he's
Okay.
pretty diligent person. So I expect that to cash. I cannot get a hold of these other two people for $23.07.
I understand.
So that's $30 that is
Yes.
going to be in limbo for however long we want to wait.
Well, the 60 day, you issued checks on 11/3 or not 10/3, excuse me.
Yes.
60 days bank situation puts you December 3,
Yeah.
which is yesterday, technically.
Yeah.
On cashing of checks, if you will. And so anything that might be left, and I know that I want to respect the GLUA resolutions that you folks made, which was that you see that through for closure of an account when it's done. And then obviously you guys also directed the balance of the amount there to be divvied between Gerrish and Lyon, which sounds like maybe a grand total of
$15 each.
$15 a piece, I guess,
Yeah.
if whatever. And we don't need to do checks for that. You can just go to the bank and get money orders or what, I don't know. Somewhere that we don't have to keep the checkbook open for a long period of time, I guess what I'm saying. We just take care of it like that. I think it'd probably be the wisest. Jim, you're the financial.
Yeah,
guy.
probably when you go in there, tell them you want to close the account, they'll look and they'll see there's $30. You know, those checks are over 60 days old and
Yep.
they're technically not valid anymore. So you would be able to close the account, have them make 2 money orders out,
Money orders,
one to each township, and they'll close it.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Appreciate your work on this. It's been, chasing these things down and getting people to cash the checks and.
Yeah, some of them I contacted and they tell me, well, we don't come up here. We're downstate or out of state. And would you go to my mailbox and pull it out of the mailbox and resend it to this other address?
Yeah. Yeah, the trials and tribulations. Very good. Thank you. Board, do you have any other question of Phil? Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, Phil.
Appreciate all
Thank you,
your work
Phil.
on this.
Yeah.
I know it's been all encompassing. Okay, then we're gonna plan on doing those resolutions as was presented in your packets that you have on Tuesday night, which will further bring us closer to the dissolution process or the dissolution of the authority. Number 8, or does anybody else have any comments? I keep forgetting to ask that. All right. We now have on to number 8, which is it's time again, like we always do. As you'll recall, last year we got ourselves finally onto a January, December with our health insurance plans. We were a May. It was really hard to budget, really hard to whatever, but we were finally now able to get that to January last year. And there is a resolution for the type of insurance that we'll be recommending on number 9, the Healthcare Cost Containment Committee recommendation, which will be presented for board approval. That is the selection of the company, which there's no planned change from Priority Health that we have. And we'll go through those details when we get to 9 real quick. Public Act 152 is we're required to opt out of that language regarding healthcare, meaning that we're apparently not spending to meet the threshold of the State Public Act 152 of 2011, which means we can opt out of that and adopt the same insurance that we have been, which are high deductibles, high true out-of-pocket policies, with a health savings account, an HSA, and with Priority Health. So that was in your packet. That is going to be up for approval for PA 152. We have to do that each year if we continue to fall under it. Anybody have any questions about that?
Well, it sounds like, it sounds like Priority's not so great, huh?
What's that?
Sounds like Priority wasn't really that great of insurance.
Well,
when
once
you
we've
decided-
now settled in,
Now
it's
they got
fine.
better. Okay.
It just was getting and follow that. For years, they just simply weren't offering last year, and it was a very uncomfortable. BCN's information over priority. Priority had delays that I think, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's,
Staff with that again. But fortunately, we go on to number 9, possibly payment. I did send you folks your help with the cost of payment. Our insurance individual, Incorporated, not associated, it's BAME now, Dale BAME. And we had our vision is there. And within this vision is to renew the IMED health vision plan. There'll be no increase in premium for 26. But we will be next year in the last year of the 4-year contract. So we were locked in, on dental, our recommendation for dentists to remain with health and dental PPO plan. And that premiums are also the same as premiums will be the same as last year, as we're agreeing to change the plan invoicing from April to that cost. The medical coverage there. Committee is recommending switch to the Priority Health HSA, HMO. That's from what we had this year, Gold G16 to a Priority Health HSA, HMO Gold. Current plan is no longer through Priority. So this plan is going to have a $2,500, $5,000 deductible. And maximum out of pocket, 1,000 for a single and 12,000 for a spouse or family. In other words, if you got a catastrophic event, you're going to be paying the price. We are changing. We had a 20%. This one to 0%, which is better on the everyday, if you will, after your deductible has been paid. And then basically the prescription coverages for all 4 tiers appear to be the same. The big number is the premiums will increase, and I'm going to say only because I've been monitoring lots of other places, 6.86%, which is I'm hearing double figures in other places, governmentally or otherwise. So at the regular board meeting, we're going to ask you to adopt this recommendation by the Healthcare Cost Containment Committee. Good, board?
mhm.
Good?
Yep.
Okay. All tough to swallow. Number 10, Lincoln Financial Retirement Plan. Have a small update. I attended yet another. I think the process. Lincoln Financial walking through the movement from One America to Lincoln Financial Services and their retirement. And the plan document has been formulated. You guys have been getting some of the emails when it's necessary. We are approaching the blackout dates of 1/9, 1/16, 1/20. That's the blackout. Rest of that stuff. And so we're on track, as finally, shall I say, once One America agreed to release our money, which took quite a while, which, by the way, is not unusual because retirement companies, same thing happened. Takes a while. So we're moving right along. And now we have new documents that will be distributed to the employees very shortly. The department heads on the 401A portion and the 457B. There are no significant changes to this retirement plan whatsoever, other than the company we're using. And and we're saving money on the administrative side than from what we were being charged by OAS there. Any questions? As much as I can tell you. So those particular two documents will be, when we forward them off to the health or to the department heads, we'll get them to everybody here too as well. They're made by Lincoln Financial, coming off all the work cumulatively that the clerk's office, my office, have been doing for how many months now, Lynn? 5, 4? Yeah. Since you guys authorized us to move. Any questions on that? Nope. No additional contributions by the township. There's nothing changing whatsoever. No to the 401A. There are some changes that are required by the CARES 2.0 Act federally that had to be made, which basically there's some in there that allow in the 457B, which that's tax deferred, the employee puts in a portion. There in the CARES Act, there are some things that they have permitted that the employee can access their money earlier for hardships. That's a federal piece. So that's part of having to rewrite that plan that we have now. So, all right, moving on to number 11, reappoint. It's time to appoint, or shall I say reappoint. Both of them have expressed an interest and done a great job for us. The two current Roscommon Area District Library board members on our behalf for Gerrish Township, Larice Tanner and Martha Clapp. Is anyone aware of anyone else who is interested? Both of these ladies have said they are interested in serving again for another 2-year period.
I'm good with it.
Good.
Okay, very good. Then we are going to see that on our Tuesday night to do that. Care cost containment and Lincoln Financial, there's nothing there. And then the number 7 is the appointment to Rattle Library. Okay, and on to number 12. Ernie Price, resident over on Westwood Court, owns, I think, 5 pieces of property. And apparently he made contact with me. He just was questioning when his road is scheduled. He thought he was told by the previous supervisor a couple of years ago that he would have been done by now, the Westwood Court, meaning the paving portion within the plan. I contacted Roger Saxton. Of course, obviously they're going out right now trying to get their stuff together. I asked him to come. He said, I'm not ready yet to tell us what the new money in Michigan brings and what's left in the 1 year, I believe, of that county road millage. And then for us to, how much it doesn't cover, shall we say, which becomes a budget expense for us. In that discussion, I found out that his road next year is planned for some kind of patching to prepare the road for the following year would be a scheduled regular asphalt repaving in there. So I did give that information to Mr. Price. One of the others was, he told me that their dead end sign, it's actually a no exit sign, was in need of replacing. Again, I contacted Roger. They don't have no record of that at the road commission. Thing looks like it's, if I gave it to you, yeah, I mean, it looks lick and stick. I don't know. I'm not even sure that maybe 40 years ago, somebody didn't slap that up there themselves. It doesn't look to me like it would have met a regulation of some nature, but it is in need of a dead end sign there, obviously. So he's requesting that we authorize or send what we need to the road commission. Yes, that's a township pay. We have a line in our budget for that each year, and there's money in that budget to do that. How much yet, or how much it's going to cost, I don't know. Roger didn't give me that fee, but it looks to me like it's ready to be replaced. I think it's the right thing to do. So are you folks willing to entertain that?
Yep.
Okay. That will be on for approval, to notify the road commission to authorize that work. Number 13, Health of Higgins Lake 2026 Watershed Grant. Mr. Osley.
Our funding committee continues to look for opportunities to provide funds for the, for the effort. And there's an Eagle grant that comes around every year, and it gives us an opportunity to, I have the, apparently left my page at home. What's the name of it?
It's a fiscal year 2026 Watershed Council grant.
Watershed Council grant. And
Through
this,
Eagle.
this grant is for, the opportunity is for up to $40,000. And our funding folks have been putting together this grant application. I had a meeting with, a phone meeting with the representative from Eagle, who this is through, last week along with Catherine Voigt, and we went through the details of what was in it and got some good direction from them as to the things we were looking for and how that might fit in with this grant, and got some direction and guidance for it, made some corrections and some changes. Catherine has this grant application virtually finished. She sent a draft of it off to Eagle just to have them have a once over. And so as soon as we hear back from them, what we'd be asking for next week would be to have the supervisor sign this grant application. It's due, we're meeting on the 9th. The grant is due on the 10th.
Yes.
So we can do this next week, and still be well within the guidelines that we have. And once again, it's for $40,000. That's the max. That's broken up, and I don't have the exact numbers with me, but that's broken up to some communications, applications, some communications money for, I don't think a survey's in it, but for some social media and some applications for some survey work. And then the big piece of it is for some staff people to help with the septic committee to gather information for the septic ordinance to move forward. And as we've been planning all along to get people to understand where they fit into the need to have their septics updated. So that would come along. This money isn't available until next September. So it seems like a long time out front, but anyway, that's their timeline. So in the meantime, may have to look for some other sources in order to get this ball rolling ahead of time for that work.
It's a no match grant, right?
No match grant. Yep.
And this is just you're wanting to authorize me to sign the grant application.
On behalf of the township board. That's right.
On behalf of the township board. I have no problem with doing it today. I know I have talked to Michelle as well, and I know there's no other. Do you want it today? Or do you want to wait till Tuesday night? It's up to you. I don't.
I'm okay with it next Tuesday night.
Okay. Because we can always, if there's time frames involved, do something. So we're here. You know what I mean?
I don't see any problem with, once again, it would submit it electronically on the 10th. So I don't see any reason why we can't, we'll have the paperwork and everything all done ahead of time. So you see any issues? I don't think there's any problem with that.
It's all like I said, it's online.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Keeps the resolutions in the board meeting where we prefer them anyway. So
I will agenda it, and we'll make sure there's a motion there to consider it. Okay, Tuesday night. Any other discussion about that, board? Anybody? Okay. Number 14, Jim, PayPal.
Okay, well, it's ever since I've actually been here, the issue of credit cards being utilized for payment has come up at the township. And just to qualify, 90% of the money that comes into the township is for taxes. And those are already able to be paid by credit card or debit card or online through the third party point and pay app that goes along with BSNA. However, if somebody, and we also have, I should say, at the marina, we have through the Clover system, the use of credit cards at the marina, but that's tied in with Clover. So if somebody comes in, wants to buy a building permit or pay for it or deal with that office remotely, they can't do it because they have to come in and bring a check. So I did do some checking. I actually talked to a lady from, I think from New York with PayPal. And the nice thing about using that platform is that we don't have to go and get credit card machine for each, Visa and MasterCard or whatever. PayPal creates the platform, and then all you have to do is then utilize that platform. It allows you to send a text or a bill to the person. They could pay you right there with their phone if they want, or show you their card, and then you could process it there that way too. The card processing fees range anywhere from, like, a normal card is 2.89% plus point or 29 cents per transaction. PayPal and Venmo is 3.49% plus another 49 cents per transaction. They have a pay later option, which we're not really interested in that. And then tap to pay is 2.29% plus a 9 cent per transaction. That requires you to have a device. So I looked at you can get a PayPal reader, which is basically size of a phone, somebody could tap their card with. And between that and the base to charge it, it's about $108, but it would require you to have that's tied into, it's using either a smartphone or a tablet. So my suggestion would be, if we were going to put that at the building departments, at the counter there, that you would have a tablet purchased that would be used for that purpose. And then that PayPal reader then would tie into that. The other option is use the tablet if it's capable of tapping right on the tablet. So there is a little bit of upfront cost if you wanted to do this. My thought is that we probably should consider it. The fee that we would probably have to add to that would be at least 3.5%, maybe even 4%, because that would cover the hardware costs that would have to be involved, because you don't want to have $100 building permit and then the township eat $4 out of that permit without recouping that. And that's exactly what the PMP does, point and pay for the when you pay your property taxes. Our office gets exactly what the tax bill is. The third party is collecting the 3.5% or whatever that they're charging on there. We don't see that, and we wouldn't see this other than there'll be a little bit of a coordination effort that we'd have to work out through the building department or any other department that uses this, because that money would then go directly into a receiving account. So when they do let's say Mary Ann does her building report and she gives me her money, which I reconcile to her permits that were sold, we'd now have to add the reconciliation of what was sold via Visa or whatever and PayPal, and then reconcile that at that time. So it does create a little bit more work, but it would make it more convenient for a builder, let's say, that has done drawings, send them in a PDF form to Jason. Jason's able to approve it, but he can't give them the go ahead because you got to have the money in hand. Well, you'd be able to do that. And then and be able to do it remotely. So that would mean that some of these people wouldn't have to drive in here.
So you'd have to they'd be making their forms in a fillable fashion for our internet.
Yeah, I know that
sit at 8 o'clock at night and do that, and then.
Yeah,
put in a bill.
They would
So
have the
that-
ability, but what would happen most likely is that the building department would create an invoice on PayPal for the amount of whatever that permit is. Because they change, everyone's different, I don't know how exactly they price all that stuff, but I know it's based on the size of the project, so
Yep.
everyone's different. So, they would send an invoice to them, they'd be able to pay it and get it proof of payment and be able to go forward. I mean, I don't have all the details as far as how this would work. I made the contact. This seems like probably the most efficient and inexpensive way for the township to at least start on that process. Otherwise, it would mean going to the bank and getting a credit card machine and trying to work that way out. The PayPal is more versatile because it allows, you can use Venmo, you can use different cards. We don't have to be qualified by types of cards because they already have that platform.
What's the delay like with PayPal?
They said that they'd be able to see that payment come through almost immediately, and the longest time it would be is 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, so not days.
Yeah, because that was my issue. I
Hate to
called
get
her,
a permit
I
and
sent her a
not-
message back, and we talked on the phone, but we also have been emailing because that was one of my concerns is how do I know you ran that card, you walked out the door, I gave you your permit, and then it got denied. You'll know that immediately on that machine. So we'd want to definitely, and I don't see my office having that machine. I see the front desk having it because my office, most 99% of what I take in is payment for taxes.
Right.
Most of the money for the other monies that come in there generated in this township are coming through a department, not
Yep.
directly to me. The
Correct.
fire department collects money for, their runs, and they have a company that does the billings for that. So they would have no need for this. Police department maybe
Cost
could
recovery.
see something like that, but again, I'm not sure, but the building department definitely
Yeah.
would be an area, and we already are covered. Like I say, the marina has the Clover system. It's not that, in fact, PayPal and Clover are direct competitors, but we already have that platform set up, and I would not want to start over there since we've just now got that running the way it should. But it would give us the ability to start taking money and electronically.
Yep.
It's into the 21st century in that respect.
Maybe reduce a little floor traffic in and out of the office. here
It
for-
could, but I look at it like this,
Building
it's
folk.
a convenience. You're providing,
Yeah.
we provide a service to the public
Right.
and it's just another form of, you got a working guy that's a contractor. He's got a busy day.
Mhm.
He doesn't want to spend an hour and a half driving in from wherever to deal with this. If he can do it remotely, that would allow him to use his time more efficiently. It's much the same as, we started doing dog licenses in here. Is that a moneymaker for the township? Absolutely not. 50 cents a license, I think we get out of it, but it's a convenience for the public. And that's really what this is. It's not going to be a moneymaker for us by any means. It's just really more of a way for
Yeah, to give you an example out there in the public, if you're scratching your head and asking yourself, well, how much money are we talking about that they take in? So the receipts for building receipts for November 14th through the 26th were $4,809. The total receipts for the month and various things are 5,584, and this is a low month. So there's an income.
35 transactions last month.
What's that?
There's about 35 transactions last month that were subject to, could have been subject to what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
exactly. So, food for thought. I know Jim and I have been talking about it because I've heard it on the 21st century.
And I guess we got it.
Would that be,
Makes sense.
it sounds like it would accept payments for all departments, not just the building.
You can
department.
set it for, it's they, from PayPal standpoint, they just look at it as Gerrish Township. They don't
Yeah.
look at differentiate. We'd have to set that up internally and how to do it. If, let's say PD wanted to have that ability, we'd go, they have to get their own tablet. We'd have to create a separate user for them so that when I see the money coming in, because what's going to happen is I'm going to see money coming into our receipt account at the Huntington Bank, and I won't know what it is. So I'll have to check those reports okay, we're going to hold this money aside until they come in with their weekly or monthly transmittal and they show that they sold something, and that'd be the reconciled item. So that's what
The PD, I do hear a lot. You're handling, of course, the camping ordinance, and of course, what happens is Monday through Friday are administrative hours, and
well, the other
people
thing that
decide they want to come up and camp, and it's not that they want to violate the camping ordinance or otherwise. And where are you going to go to get that permit if you don't do it 2 weeks ahead of time?
Yeah, I've had several people ask, like, you make this available online, okay? It sounds like this might be an option to do that.
Yeah.
And I actually had that on a list of things to try to get to look at, of making that possible, so this might be a good avenue.
my guess is probably per department that wanted to use it, you're probably looking at, depending on getting a tablet, probably $400 or $500 per department to get the hardware that you need to. And the other thing too is if we do the STRs ordinance and it becomes a police ordinance, that's going to be in your department where the money would flow through.
Think about that either.
That might be another potential utilization of that. So those are only, the front desk out here in the police department, the only two departments I could think of where that makes sense.
Those are specific needs for whatever, but that's great. Thanks for the work on this. Board, do you want to kind of mill this about yourself in your own mind? And maybe we'll bring it back in January or something there.
Well, all I need is
type of
I'll need a
activity.
resolution from the board
Right.
to authorize me to
Set it
open a
up.
PayPal account, and then we
Yep.
can decide on
Mhm.
the the hardware that we need. But I'm not gonna go online and open that account until the board gives me the.
Is there any reason to wait till January, or you want to just get it on next week, or you?
Not necessarily.
I mean, it seems to me like it's a good idea.
It probably won't get rolled out till January,
Yeah.
but I'll need the resolution to at least get in.
Gives you,
Sign up and start doing that, because I don't want to do it without your authority.
I don't think we need a resolution, just a motion will do it. We don't need a specific unless the company has a resolution.
Well, I think because it's theoretically banking.
You want
I
to
think
do money
I feel
because
more
it's money.
comfortable with it, because you're supposed to have a resolution for me to bank at a different place. And I may want to even update our investment policy to include it, because we have an investment policy way back when.
Yeah, I know. So do you want to work those processes first and do it in January then? So that we can get the proper resolution necessary and that we can get the investment policy to be adjusted at the same time?
How about I see if I can put this together by Tuesday. If I don't, then put it off.
Then I'm not agendaing it unless
Make it January.
That's why I was suggesting maybe January. All right. Perfect. Good. That was the end of number 14 is the end of the agenda of items that we had planned on. Time now for the second time. Up here for any Phil, come on up.
Oh, just a heads up, I probably will take my full 3 minutes.
You're what?
Actually, full 3 minutes.
Oh, go ahead.
So since we're at our last hurrah for GLUA, I wanted to take this time to thank you all on the board for your patience and understanding towards the end in wrapping this up. I'd like to thank the two Jims. Jim Anderson helped me tremendously in putting address labels and that sort of thing. And Jim Anderson, wealth of wisdom. He's got a lot of knowledge and I appreciated everything you told me.
Thank you.
Um, Other than that, I'd like to also take this time to thank both the foundation and the Property Owners Association for their support. I'd also like to recognize the two people that started the sewer project, especially David Hall and Dave Udy. David Hall specifically spent a lot of his time and money, and he was the one person that was instrumental in the $1 million grant that we got from the federal government. He did a lot, and I really appreciate it. And I'd also like to thank my fellow board members, especially Jim Barnwell for taking it over and leading us. And I'd also like to recognize the different point of view that the people that oppose the sewer had. They have their right to that opinion, and give them credit. I give them credit. They succeeded. They did what it took, and I give them credit for that. So with that, I hope I said everything.
Thank you, Phil.
Yeah,
I echo your thoughts. It's we were talking just a little bit, Jim Ossling and I, just before the meeting there, and in a public position, everybody always seems to have ideas, but when it comes to running, there's nobody there to do it and to actually be in the arena. And for the folks that have been in the arena, hard arena, I refereed many of those big meetings and differences of opinion. Dissent is great. That's what democracy is built on. Disrespect is not. I saw a little of disrespect, I will say, along the way. And I will always encourage dissent, but disrespect is not. But I feel the same way. Quality people attempted to try and do something. And by the way, I'll call it average people like ourselves, trying to understand all of the legalese or otherwise. And but yeah, our motions for the resolution certainly will go with the respect and dignity in which they deserve. Thank you, Phil. Anybody else in the audience? Brett Gibson, come on up. I recognize you. You're challenging my eyesight though, because you're way.
Well, Phil, I appreciate your comments too. I agree with everything you said. But I just have first I want to make a comment about the short-term rental ordinance that you're looking at. I want to thank you for tackling this and taking this on. I know it's not anything that's potentially controversial. There's a lot of boards and there's a lot of groups out, government agencies who would walk away from it, and you guys are walking into it, and I appreciate that a great deal. You see an issue and you're trying to address it, and we really appreciate that. I do have we'll have the public hearing, and I'll probably speak at that, and have a lot of reasons why I think the ordinance is important. But I do have a couple questions on the draft of that you have on the table. So one is you have a lot of specifics in terms of numbers missing, the fee, the application fees, the number of units going to be allowed each year. What's your timeline for inserting those into this?
That's part of that. I want to hear the comments from the public, and I'm sure we're going to hear, well, how many would you, if you did, allow that kind of thing? Level afterwards.
Okay.
For the board, because there has to be something that we put in operationally here for people to know. So we have to hammer those out and the board. They're putting the board as we speak as to how or where that settles in at.
Okay.
And amongst several other things. So that's the reason why I say I really wish that we'd have had this, more than, the ink drying on it yesterday, so that, we could maybe say something to the public about, I've been through it, I've read through it, but I want to digest now because it has changed significantly, in my opinion, from the first draft. And as we go through. So that is coming, and we will be doing, and I'm determined to debate that very publicly here with the board.
Okay, great. That makes sense to do it after the public input. The other thing, one other item in it, and this can come up later too, is you had an issue I saw about the related to septic. So there's some overlap there between probably a septic ordinance and this, but you mentioned it says that a septic and well status report from the Central Michigan District Health Department indicating number of bedrooms the septic system servicing the short-term rentals was designated to accommodate. I know, so what I think I hear or read that to say is that there needs to be something on file showing that they have a proper sized and legitimate,
They
on-site.
they should have a purple dot, as Jim Austin would call it.
Everybody knows what that is, right?
Yeah, those purple dot there, yeah.
Yeah.
Get approved inspection report on file with the health department before license was issued.
Okay. I mean, I'm curious because I have property 2 doors from me that was bought last year for the purposes of a short-term rental. And I know where their field is now, and it was 3 bedrooms, and I doubt it was just filed for 3 bedrooms, and they've remodeled it and put another bedroom in it. And so I'm just curious, we might have a field that's set up for 2 bedrooms, and now they're renting it 4 bedrooms, and that's the kind of thing I had questions about.
And I think, one of the things that I know Jim Anderson and I talked about yesterday, actually,
Yeah.
was the, very little has been made of real discussion, if you will, about housing, the effects of short-term rentals on overall housing available. What we used to be that kind of bedroom community and had doctors and lawyers from railing and things like that. There was housing to have them around. Some of those housings are obviously being challenged by this potential commercial use here. And the second is that, and I said it early on, is that you can argue with me, I guess we could about it's only used short term for 5 months or 4 months or something, but it does affect your septic situation. And there is a piece to that if we're talking about the overall health of our lake for the future. And the mitigative strategies that are going on right now are being discussed to look at what does that mean to our lake. So those 2 things, again, and I've been reluctant. That's why I want to have the whole board to be able to look at this. And I don't want to put anybody on the spot today, but those 2 issues are important in this and they can't be lost. So.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Brett.
Thanks, Brad.
Anyone else? All right. We are on to board comments. Mary Jo.
You can't think of anything. I think I'm all set.
Okay. Web and Facebook, that'll go on. All right.
No, I think I'm good. Said my piece earlier.
Okay. Jim Anderson.
Tax bills are out. So, and my window's open. We are doing dog licenses now, as I said earlier, and it's really as a service to you, not for us. And the master plan survey hard copy should have been in everybody's tax bills. So if you didn't utilize the card that was sent, you can still drop them off. And I'm willing to take them on your behalf at our office if you don't want to mail them in yourself. And we've already had people dropping their taxes off and dropping off their surveys thinking that was what they're going to do anyways. So get the word out. The more people fill those out, the better chance we have of having a true understanding of what everybody wants in this community.
Question reminded me, I have, personally, I got 4 tax bills. And I got 4 gazettes and I got 4 surveys and I got, 4 different pieces of paper. Has there been talk since you've been here about getting those all in the same envelope?
It's very difficult because we use a third party company.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they use it's all automated.
Yeah.
So that would take somebody to sit there and pick through. Is that the same Jim Osling?
Yeah.
So
No, I get it.
It's actually cheaper and more efficient just to
Pay the
put in
postage and
Take more administrative time to separate.
and it saves us, I think 20 or more than 20 cents a parcel to do it that way than it does if we were buying stamps and doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
So, no, it's just because it's automated. There's not much you can do about that.
Yeah, further, will you make a quick comment? We obviously we became aware that with the McKenna Company on those surveys, there is no exposure to people's identity pieces. And
Yeah.
what happened between McKenna
It was
and the
unfortunate,
list?
you know, we provided the mailing list to McKenna. McKenna, when they tried to do exactly what you're talking about, get rid of the duplicates, somebody messed up the names to the addresses. And so every one of those cards had the improper name. The card itself is a valid, you know, they were all generic. There's a QR code on there where you can use your smartphone and pull up the website and do the online survey, which is the same one that we just mailed to you. We're just trying to get to it from a different angle. But it's unfortunate that that happened. McKenna is extremely apologetic about it because it, you know, when you look at it, it looks like it came from us, and it did, and then through a third party company. But I know what I sent them was accurate. What they sent out was not. And the young lady that was charged of that isn't with the company anymore. So it's very unfortunate. But at any rate, the QR code is good. And if you got the card and you did it, that's great. If you don't like that and you like the hard copy stuff, that's in there as well. And you're more than welcome to drop them off, mail them in, or fax them, or email them to them.
Right. It's on our website and also on the Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. We hadn't seen the public, publicly here since we did. Okay, was that it, Jim?
Yeah.
Okay, in the spirit of now you know what I know, you all know we did file an appeal on the special assessment district for lake level control for the at-large assessment portion. And we have not received a court date yet. The attorneys are corresponding with, getting the transcript pieces and the rest of that. It's still unclear whether it'll be heard all in one fell swoop. I believe it's HOPOAs, Greg C-Max, or whether or not it would be separate. Our attorney felt like they found together, but those are also opened up. Affected like we are as well. You see that unexpected gift in the text. The Central Michigan Health Department did write me a report on our well at Gerrish Township Park, and there's no issues with it. So it's on file now in the clerk's office under that. So we have a good well, clean well, all the rest of that. You all know I started at the beginning of the year trying to make sure that we got our house anything that had to do with wells or otherwise infrastructure. And we've worked our way through those successfully this year. So I thank the board through helping me get to that. And the health department is very cooperative. And our water checks now are being done regularly like they should be. So we're good. Secondly, we are experiencing both here and of course it dovetails off to the other side of the lake. We are unable to update that LED sign out there. We just discovered today that it looks like it's popping dates on us too. There's apparently a signaling, some type of signaling issue in part. It is on order. So we're aware of it. We know, watch our township announcements on the or on the regular website and in the Facebook. If it's necessary to put there, it will go out there as well for other things. So other than that, I think pretty well. That you all set? All right, very good. Then I would entertain a motion to end this work session at 10:25.
So moved.
Moved by Treasurer Anderson, support supported by trustee Osling. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
I,
Thank you very much. Meeting's closed.